Hey, foodies. Okay, so I had a thing I've been wanting to do for a while now because I play nothing but Dead by Daylight when I stream, right? So I spend so much time with these characters, and when you play Survivor, you just have to run. You just have to run and run and run while the killers try to track you down. They try to beat you up, they try to put you on a hook. That is the game loop, right? But there was this part of me, like I started thinking, okay, but hypothetically, what if I stopped running, right? What if I turned around and I squared up? What would happen? Would I win? Would I lose? And that's what we're gonna answer today. How would it go if I were to fight each killer from Dead by Daylight? We might do one of these with the survivors, but that would be a little less comfortable because that would feel like punching down on everybody, but like maybe David and Ash. And Owie probably, but you know what? Let's hop right into it. I'm not going to waste a lot of your time. These are these look. It's a tough rogues gallery, and just to give you the tail of the tape. What are they going up against? They are facing a guy who is an amazing 5'10". That's right, about as tall as a human being can get scientifically. I weigh over 200 pounds. I wish I could tell you it was solid muscle, but I think it's actually something better. It is the perfected dad bod, and I got it without ever siring a child. I can also toss in the fact that I won friendliest in high school, which means I just have a hell of a personality, so they're not going to want to beat me up, right? And that's probably about it. I did do a year of Muay Thai and Jiu Jitsu. I got my ass kicked on a consistent basis, and I never once won a sparring session. If you can, and well, I know what you're gonna say. Oh, you don't win or lose a sparring session. No, I lost. I lost. I lost the sparring sessions. So as you can see, pretty formidable opponent they're up against. So let's do it. Let's go one by one. I see where my camera is. You're not going to be able to see until we get to clown. But we start off with Blight and then the cannibal Bubba. So let's go on and say that in the case of Blight, he's a pretty big guy, right? He's tall, but he's also got like this crazy hunchback thing going on, and he's pumping himself full of performance enhancing drugs. And to me that's cheating. That's cheating to pump yourself full like Bane, Bane, he gets all the drugs going, he gets real big. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the Blight in the trending towards I would kick his ass, but I'm doing that on the assumption that he understands he's not going to be able to juice up before a fight. If I'm going in clean, he's going in clean. And if he's not going in clean, I want some of his serum too. So I think that's a fair compromise. Beyond that, he looks very tall, but his field of view is that of a manlet, and I'm not very intimidated by him. The same cannot be said for Leatherface, who's going to go squarely in the would kick my ass category. Yes, you see, Baba may be a little slow, but gosh, look at him. I mean, he's got the beefy ass arms. He's got all the cake a guy could want. I mean, this is a guy who throws around a chainsaw like it's fucking nothing. He would kick my ass. It's not even a question. We're actually going to put him a little closer to the middle because there are quite a few really impressive specimens amongst these lads, and I mean, he has one disadvantage, so I don't know, we might rearrange it as we go. The clown is the one I struggled the most with. Would he kick my ass, or would he kick my ass? But I think we're going to put the clown straight up in that middle category because he would never want to kick my ass because I am the clown main, right? So the clown doesn't even want to fight me. He gets to go straight up in the middle. I'm not too worried about him because I don't think he'd want to hurt me. I think we're the best of pals, and he's literally never going to turn on me. Deathslinger is one you might expect to go in the would kick my ass category, but no. Look, let's look at the tail of the tape here. This is a guy who relies on a gun to win all of his fights, which you don't get to bring into a fist fight, right? You don't. If we're having the YouTuber boxing match with das_food and the deadly slinger, he doesn't get to bring his gun. And if he does, I get to bring a gun, and I'm going to bring something far more efficient than whatever he's bringing. In addition to that, he's got the really janked up, I think, left leg that he's got the massive brace on. So that seems like a weak spot if I've ever seen one on a final boss. He's rather elderly. His skin's kind of falling apart. This is not a healthy man. I feel very, very confident that I would kick the Deathslinger's ass. I don't think there's much debate there. Demogorgon, I'm not even going to talk about. This one's going on the very tip of would kick my ass. This one's very decided. The Demogorgon would not only murder me, but then probably eat me. And there is no handicap I can give them that would change that fact. So, pretty easy case of, yeah, I'm going to get killed in that one. Herman Carter, the Doctor, is up next. Doctor feels like a pretty open and shut case. He's big. He's got bulging muscles. He's got the power of lightning. Yeah, I don't like my chances against the Doctor at all. Pyramid Head. Think of everything I said about Leatherface, and it kind of applies there, except his biceps are way more defined, way more muscular. So whereas Bubba is strong fat, I think Pyramid Head is just strong. I don't know if he would be allowed to wear that thing on top of his head when we fight, but I think it's part of his attire, so I'm kind of factoring that in. Seems like that would absorb most of whatever impact I could deliver to the noggin. I don't think I win that fight. I think I lose pretty handily. I think he's got that one kill in the movie where he rips the girl's skin off with his bare hands. That's not a guy I want to fight. We're going to put him comfortably in the category of somebody who would destroy me. Which is starting to fill up a lot more than the other side. Thankfully, we do have Ghostface, who is... Keep in mind, this is not Ghostface from the movies, so it's not Matthew Lillard or Skeet Ulrich or any of those people. If it was a movie Ghostface, I would presumably want it to be the little Redditor one from Scream 4, but it's not any of them. It's a guy, I want to say his name is Jed something. And he's a stalker who likes to sneak in while people are sleeping and kill them. That's a bitch move. That's a bitch. I'm not worried about him. See him peeking around the corner. No, I kick his ass. I'm not worried about that. Hag. Hag is little. Hag is frail. And you're going to think, oh, Hag's an easy green territory? Fuck, no, she's not. It'd be a toss-up. It'd be a tough fight. But she's going towards the middle. Look, Hag was abducted as a child. And she ended up breaking out and fucking eating her captors. I'm scared of her. I don't like my odds against her. Could I beat her? Yeah, it's I think in the very best case scenario, it's like a snake, right? You're going to beat a snake outside of like a green anaconda. You're going to beat a snake every time. But if it's a cobra or a cottonmouth or a fer-de-lance, you're also going to die. And I think that's kind of the situation with Hag. And if she kills me, I kind of consider that kicking my ass. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just not super confident that I could beat her. I am more confident that I could beat Hillbilly, who's going to go down here kind of near Hag. Again, he's towards that middle area. Look, he's big. He's a tough-looking guy. I get that. But he's also, as I can understand, kind of a little slow, like Bubba. He's got that really bad limp, so I don't like the odds of him being able to turn on a dime. So if we can get to his back, maybe we can lock in that sleeper hold and see what happens, even though I described this as a boxing match, so I guess now it's a cage fight. He does have tremendous speed. In fact, I think that tremendous speed, we're going to bump him a little closer to the middle. He gets to be a little closer. We're also going to move some people because we're already running out of room, We gotta save some space so that people can actually fit on the thing. Okay, so beyond that, Huntress, she would crush me between her thighs, and that's fine. That's okay. I'm good with that. Legion. I almost did each member of Legion separately, because it would not be a 4-on-1. This is not a handicap match. I am not going up against the Shield, which was 3 people. But yeah, I don't know. I think out of them, Joey is fucking short. Julie, not Julie. Susie? I could fucking destroy. I know we got a lot of Susie stands out there. No chance. Frank and Julie are a little crazy. I'm a little hesitant for them, But I think Frank's tattoos kind of look like he might be like a SoundCloud rapper or something, so I'm not that worried about that. In a 4v1, obviously, they probably beat me there, but as is, Legion, you're gonna go pretty comfortably in that position. Let's move Slinger over a little bit. So yeah, there we go. There we go. I want Legion to be a past Ghostface because look, Ghostface, he's sneaky, but he's got to presumably wrestle the people down. So maybe he's got some collegiate experience. I don't know. It's possible. Next up, we have Freddy. Freddy is a kitty diddler, as per the lore. And that means I would be filled with the power of God and anime, and I would destroy his ass. He can wear his fedora, his sweater. The sweater looks nice. Tip the fedora to all the ladies in the crowd. No, yeah, I fucking destroy you. Next up is Nurse Sally Smithson, and she was one of the tougher ones to place because she's not inherently that threatening, but she's also, unless I'm forgetting one, I think she's one of maybe like 2 killers that their Mori is using their bare hands to do the job. Keeping in mind Hag uses her teeth as well, so really I guess it's just, again, I might be forgetting one. That's pretty threatening, and she can technically teleport, but at the end of the day, she is a very frail woman with just a horrible case of asthma. I think the asthma gives me the advantage. She's going to have to stop and wheeze after every punch. So we're going to put her close to the middle because she's not to be taken too lightly, but I think I win now. I don't know. Let me know down below if you think the Nurse should be considered, like if she deserves more respect. One person I'm not really concerned with showing too little respect is the Oni, because I fully understand my place in this fight. And you get a slide right up there in that S tier of ass kickers. Yeah, you're going to be like right behind the Demogorgon, actually a little bit on top of them there. I'm not at all confident in how that would go for me. At all. Amanda, the pig. So I'm a big fan of the Saw movies. I have seen them all. And obviously she was in the first 3 Saw movies. And, Shawnee Smith's a great actress. And I'm not doubting that she's tough. And this is cool because this is one we could actually do. So Shawnee Smith, let's do it. Let's fight for charity. With that said, she's a pretty small woman. And even in the film, they find a dead body. And they're talking about like, well, couldn't have been Amanda. She couldn't have hoisted somebody up there. So, to me, it's kind of a situation where if she can't lift Detective Carey while she's unconscious, I don't think she can beat me up while I'm conscious. I'm not very confident that Pig has much of a chance. Plus, I could boop the snoot and end the whole thing right away. So there you go. I referenced the meme. Very good. Yeah, you go very comfortably in the group of people you're getting your ass kicked, and you know it. You know it's coming to you, Piggy. Next up is the Vomi Mommy, and well, look. First off, let's get this out of the way. What a fucking Amazon of a woman. I mean, long legs, long torso, long nose. Presumably, I've never really looked at her nose, but I'm assuming she's achieved so much in terms of length, and I think she needs to be applauded for that. As far as an actual fight, we can take away all their weapons that we want, but the fact of the matter is she can break out that bile like that, and that was a terrible snap, but we're not redoing it. Yeah! There we go. I lied. We redid it. I don't love my chances against the Plague. I think she's pretty tough. I think that this is, she's not very stout. She's not a thick lady, and she is sickly. So we're going to put her a little close to the toss-up range, but at the end of the day, she can puke on me. Though she would not have her red spit, she would have vomit, and that's going to grease her up, and it'll be like trying to wrestle a greased pig, and I'm not trying to do that. So, pretty confident on that one. Big Daddy Mike is also very comfortably. If there was ever any doubt where he was going to go, he kind of erased it with the most recent film where he decided instead of stabbing people, I'm just going to throw their heads against the wall until they're dead. Lots of physical strength there. We've seen him in some pretty rough and tumble fights throughout the years. I think it was Halloween 2 where he has that really awesome bathroom fight with the guy. you know, there's a lot to Rob Zombie's Halloween too, by the way. There's a lot to be impressed by with Mike. He'd be higher up on this one if I hadn't already given so much credence to these three over here. So yeah, a lot to like about Mike. Not as much to like about the Spirit. First off, she's literally, I mean, what, like a teenage girl? Yeah, no, fuck off. You're a teenager. You're getting your ass kicked. You are going to get your ass kicked. Let's move Legion over a little because I think they're also teenagers, but at least, you know, Joey's probably mad at the world because he's so short, and Susie's, I don't know, upset because like My Chemical Romance broke up. So at least they got that anger going on. Whatever happened to the Spirit? Getting murdered by her father? Pff, please, not worried about it. Trapper. This is essentially fighting Jason Voorhees, and if we use Jason as a reference, that's pretty terrifying. He is not as dumb as you might think, just because he's got that Jason kind of outline for him. He is a patient killer who sets traps, and when he wanted to take over his father's business, obviously he set off that detonation and killed all the workers, and then I think he killed his old man with his own hand. So Trapper, definitely not one to be fucked with. We're going to put you comfortably in this area of you would kick my ass, and it would not be a fight at all. Plus, we can try to take away as many weapons as we want. He's still got all that shit jogging out of his body. He could stab me with it. I'm not liking that. I don't like my chances there. Now, out of all killers, I struggled with none more so than figuring out what to do with the twins. Because for every point, there's a counterpoint, right? It's a 2v1. That sounds awful. But then one is the baby. So, you know, there's a joke in that little known indie series, The Office, where Dwight Schrute is talking about how he absorbed his twin in the womb. So now he has the strength of a full-grown man and a fetus. That's kind of the situation here. Granted, Victor's a little stronger than a fetus. I'm not denying that. But I'm not super confident. I think we've seen one good kick and Victor literally disintegrates. So he's kind of a non-factor. At that point, it's just down to me and Charlotte. And in the case of Charlotte, she's kind of lumbering, kind of slow. She doesn't get to bring her weapon here. And I don't know, she looks rather unwell. She's from that time where health and nutrition was really not a big focus because, you know, they just couldn't be as picky as we can. Yeah, I don't know. I think I beat Charlotte. We're gonna put Charlotte kind of towards the middle. I mean, who knows? Maybe Victor proves to be a lot more than I bargained for, and he's like a little fucking jockey from Left 4 Dead, and he just hops on my back and starts clawing at my eyes and shit. But I feel pretty good about that one. I think I can win that one. Next up is the Wraith, and again, you know, he was kind of tough to call because I see a major weakness and I see a major strength. The major strength being, wow, he can literally turn invisible. That's dangerous. But ultimately, I'm going to put him pretty comfortably in the I would kick his ass category because his major weakness is those little bird legs he has. One kick to the side of his knee, it's snapping in half. This dude's done. Sure, is it gonna be hard to, you know, for the referee to call the fight? They literally can't see him. Yeah, I'm sure it is, but we're not even sure what type of fight this is. I've changed it like 3 times throughout this video. So maybe it's just a straight up fight to the death on some random island. And, you know, I feel good. I think I could beat the Wraith there. Even though I guess he did murder Azarov that one time. So maybe he's stronger than he thinks. Womp. Okay, so that's it. That is my rankings of who I would kick their ass, who would kick my ass. That's a sentence right there. Let me know what you think down below. And feel free to say anybody that you feel particularly strongly you would kick their ass or they would kick your ass. Or you're like, hey, Food, you put this one in the you'd kick their ass category. They would definitely kick your ass. Let me know. Let me know. Also, we're going to adjust Ghostface a little bit because the more I think about it, he does like have to like go in and wrestle his victims down. So that's kind of impressive. But beyond that, that's going to do it for me, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you want to see us do one with survivors. I'd feel probably even worse about that one. But hey, you know, got to do what you got to do. And I've been wanting to take out some aggression on some survivors for a while now. So let me know. Please do leave a like on this video. Please do subscribe to the channel. And guys, I'll see you next time. I hope you enjoyed this one. Bye, foodies.